This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. More on my mental health and experience with them later. What if everyone reacted based on their first thought or emotion? How would the world look like? Imagine a baby crying on a plane, just losing your bus, or a friend not saying hello to you on the street for a reason or another. Is it the time to start a war? Or maybe there's another way to react. So here lies the reason for my calmness, and maybe a bit in my personality as well, but it's still a choice that I make every day. You might not be able to choose what is that emotion or thought something gives you, but you can choose how you react to that. If you want to give these thoughts, these emotions, these experiences power or not. And I believe this external calmness comes from internal calmness. The more peaceful you feel inside, the easier it is to react peacefully to external things that are happening and that you cannot maybe control. But if you are constantly stressed or overwhelmed, your level of consciousness is completely different. Even a little irrelevant thing can make you completely explode. And then this internal calmness, I believe, comes from at least 3 things: self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-care. For example, I breathe a lot. I take pauses and give myself the time to rest. I understand that if I am overworking, if I'm pushing myself too much, I will just go into that stress and overwhelm, and then I'm very easy to explode when something even small happens. And then I talk with a therapist. Actually, just before filming this video, so like 15 minutes ago, I was still talking with a therapist. And here I want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and helping me to overcome mental health issues in my life. Last spring, I realized that I had some open wounds from my past still affecting me today and giving me anxiety, essentially stopping me to live my life to the fullest. My partner had been using BetterHelp before, so I knew where to go. And now, 1 year later, I can say that the help that I immediately got and I'm still getting has been incredible. My therapist listens to me and makes me see things from different perspectives. It's a safe space for me to share basically anything that is on my mind, and my anxiety levels have gone down a lot. I'm so glad I decided to not struggle alone with what I was going through, and I hope you won't either. BetterHelp will match you with a licensed therapist, usually within 48 hours, who has years of experience helping others with the same struggles that you are experiencing. And the best part is that you can let them know your own preferences. For example, I really wanted a male therapist from Europe, so somebody who could understand me and my culture better, and that's exactly who I got. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you in your journey. Click the link below or visit betterhelp.com/sunnykindjourney and you'll get 10% off on your first month. The next reason why I'm so calm is because I have this hurt people mindset. So what this exactly means is that I don't believe people who are feeling good in life, who are actually happy and peaceful, want to hurt others, want to create that negative energy. I like a lot this quote: "Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind always." It's a very good reminder that we really don't know what is happening in other people's lives, and if we choose to let their negative energy affect us and we react back with that negative energy, we are just creating this kind of like a spiral of negativity. I try to look at things and look at people in this perspective that they are hurt people, and that's why they are hurting people. And this makes it so much easier to stay calm in those situations, because I understand that this is not just about this very moment. There's probably something way bigger behind it. And overall, like putting yourself in other people's shoes and understanding the background better and where they're coming from helps a lot in this. I think it's very good to let love guide you and not fear. You don't have to fight fire with fire. I used the baby crying on a plane example before, and that's actually something that happened to me and my mother. I was the crying baby. We were not on a plane, but on a bus. I was actually very young, so I don't remember any of that, only what my mother has told me, but I was crying the whole bus ride, multiple hours, and she was feeling horrible, panicking. What should I do? Because I cannot get my child to calm down. Everybody must be so pissed off right now and all that. So in those situations, when I'm on a bus or on a plane and some baby is crying, I many times think that how that mother must be feeling right now, and most likely it's not pleasant. So try to see things from like little bit different perspectives as well, not just from your own. And then we cannot really control how other people behave, but we can control how we communicate with them, and that can change the way they behave. If you're talking to somebody with a lot of judgment, with a lot of frustration, most likely that energy will transform into them. But if you're talking with peace, with calm, how I like to do things, that same energy is going to them as well. Compassion is one of my biggest values, and by staying calm, it's so much easier to stay aligned with this value. However, this doesn't mean that I stay silent if I see something that is making me uncomfortable or I think is unfair. I can just calmly express what I have to say, how I would like the situation to be different. I still have hard conversations and maybe sometimes even argue, but I don't really fight. I don't see what's the point in that. There's this Buddhist saying, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And the first time I heard that, it really made me think. And to be honest, this way of thinking and my calmness overall has made a lot of people mad throughout the years, because they cannot understand why I cannot just pick a side so easily, why I cannot see that that is clearly wrong and that other thing is clearly right. And this can really frustrate people, but that's who I am. I don't want to pick a side immediately, or many times even ever, before digging deep into this thing and researching it and trying to understand overall the situation. Why are we here and what has led to have even these two sides here? And then if we move away from that social area and in general think about calmness, why do we need to achieve things so quickly? We many times feel frustrated about why we are not there yet, why this thing isn't working. But what's really the hurry? Why does everything need to happen right now as you want them to happen? What if there was actually a better way and your way is not the best and the fastest way after all? Has something ever in your life gone wrong and then that actually led you to where you are now, so it wasn't that bad after all? The story of the Chinese farmer by Alan Watts is exactly about this and what keeps me calm. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, all of his neighbors came around to commiserate. They said, "We are so sorry to hear your horse has run away. This must be unfortunate." The farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back bringing 7 wild horses with it, and in the evening, everybody came back and said, "Oh, isn't that lucky? What a great turn of events. You have now 8 horses." The farmer again said, "Maybe." The following day, his son tried to break one of the horses, and while riding it, he was thrown and broke his leg. The neighbors then said, "Oh dear, that's too bad." And the farmer responded, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers came to conscript people in the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. Again, all the neighbors came around and said, "Isn't that great?" Again, he said maybe. So basically, it's impossible to know what is good and what is bad. So why not just stay calm while you let life happen? Don't forget to check out BetterHelp. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. See you in the next video. Ciao.